morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with me on Up with India. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020, and here's your morning update. Last night was very, very tense for Americans all over the country during the anticipation of general election results. According to CNN, President Trump appeared in the East Room of the White House early on Wednesday morning to claim falsely that he had already beaten Democrat Joe Biden and the election was being stolen from him in a massive act of fraud. He vowed to mount a challenge in the Supreme Court and declared that he had already won states that were still counting votes, including Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. The election has not been declared, and the president and former vice president are in a tight battle for decisive states with millions of votes still being counted. According to CNN, Trump's comments to stop vote counting were remarkable since it appears that the president has a good chance of winning outstanding states in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, North Carolina, and Michigan, which could hand him a second term. And the implication of his results was that the president wants vote counting to stop in those states, but to go on in Arizona, where he trails Biden. Trump said in the East Room that they were getting ready for a big celebration and they were winning everything. And all of a sudden, it was just called off. Trump said this is a fraud on the American public and that this is an embarrassment to our country. He also added, frankly, that they did win this election despite millions of votes still outstanding. The president made his televised statement after his opponent, Joe Biden, delivered his own remarks and said that all of the votes must be counted. Biden said it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who has won this election. Biden told his crowd in Wilmington, Delaware. It was not immediately clear on what grounds Trump planned to try to ask the Supreme Court to intervene in the election because so far he has not provided evidence for any voting irregularities. In more news, according to WDEL, Tuesday's voter turnout in Delaware was record-breaking. According to WDEL, Delaware's elections commissioner said voter turnout for this election was huge, even with vote by mail. Anthony Albans, in an interview on election night on WDEL, said that we've seen a tremendous turnout at the polling places as well, and it appears to him that we are on track and that he thinks probably as of now that we've surpassed their highest ever voter turnout. Albans was also impressed by voter enthusiasm, saying that we're operating in an environment, a very different environment this year, but again, just the common thread, and that he thinks is just the enthusiasm we've seen throughout the very beginning from the absentee and vote by mail process to today. Albans said people should keep in mind results posted on election night are unofficial, and election results will be certified Thursday, November 5th, 2020. He added the state's vote by mail law spurred by the COVID-19 pandemic could be a one-year deal depending on what state lawmakers decide. During the election process Tuesday, some voters described short wait times and others described long, slow wait times while standing in the cold. Christy Lynn from Delaware shared with 22 News that there was a long, cold wait in the morning at Harlem Elementary, but well worth it, and that it was great to see so many people come out to vote. Commissioner Albin said voter turnout this year, roughly 70%, is likely the best his department has ever seen. As for the presidential elections, Vice President Joe Biden won Delaware with 295,402 votes. In more news, there's some historic first in Delaware's smaller local general election races. WDL Chris Carl reports in addition to Sarah McBride's historic victory as America's first transgender state senator, there were other milestones in this year's election. In the state house, Democrat Medina Wilson Anton won in the 26th district, representing the Bear area, becoming the first practicing Muslim elected to Delaware's General Assembly and the first Muslim woman elected to office in state history. She earned more than 71% of the vote in defeating Republican Timothy Conrad. Democrat Sharia Ray Moore was elected in the 8th district, representing the Middletown area, becoming the first Black woman elected to the General Assembly south of the C&D Canal. Defeated Republican Daniel Daniel Satofsky 57% to 43%. Two other new faces were elected to the state Senate. Democrat Kyle Evans Gay defeated incumbent Republican and Senate Minority Whip Kathy Cloutier in the 5th District in Brandywine 100. Gay scored 52% of the vote. In Senate District 7, which encompasses Ellesmere and Mill Creek, Democrat Spiros Montsavinos defeated incumbent Republican Anthony Del Calo by less than 550 votes. According to the Newark Post, Democrats were solidified control in Delaware as 3 incumbents won. Democrat Governor John Carney defeated Republican challenger Julian Murray. Democrat incumbent Chris Coons defeated Republican challenger Lauren Witz to win re-election to the U.S. Senate. Lisa Blunt Rochester defeated Republican challenger Lee Murphy to keep her seat. Blunt Rochester, a former state labor secretary, is the only woman and person of color to represent Delaware in Congress. In more news, according to the 2020 general election report from the Delaware Department of Elections, Newcastle County and Wilmington City Council unofficial results are in. City Council at-large winners include Loretta Walsh, Maria D. Cabrera, Rashima Dixon, James Spadola. Linda Gray won the seat in the 1st District. Shanae Darby won in the 2nd District. Xanthia Oliver won in the 3rd District. Michelle Harley won the seat in the 4th District. Democrat Brigetta A. Fields won in the 5th District against independent challenger Alex Hackett, and Yolanda McCoy won the seat in the 6th District. Democrat Chris Johnson won in the 7th District against Libertarian Dale C. Thomas. Democrat Nathan Fields won his seat in the 8th District, and Democrat Karen Hartley Nagel won the seat for Newcastle County, president of County Council. What are your thoughts on today's news? Don't forget to like, share, and comment on Facebook and Instagram at WITN22Wilm. Thank you so much for watching Up with India. For more news, updates, and information, follow us on social media at WITN22Wilm.